I mean, it's a question you might ask of a baseball pitcher. So I got it in the song, you got me rocking. You know, it gets to a certain time when he can't, you know, deliver the pitch anymore, but this isn't really such a similar activity, really.
Bill was always telling me that I'd start to feel aches and pains, but I said, Bill, I still ain't got them, man, and that was 10 years ago you told me that.
No, I never play our records anyway. No. I haven't got past Louis Armstrong yet. I never play our stuff. I haven't played this album, actually. Really? No, still in the wrapper.
I've got to get a full sense of security from somewhere. I've got to play with these guys.
Was it quicker writing songs, like back around the time of Ruby Tuesday? Did you toss them off one after another like that, or was it always
just one after another? Well, yeah, they were pretty quick. A lot of times, yeah, they were very quick. And I used to write the lyrics the morning before we went into the recording studio. While I woke up, like, Ruby Tuesday, or whatever. And I've got to confess, I still do that. I was like, Don was on the phone. You coming down to sing this? Love is strong. Oh yeah, love is strong. Love is sweet. Love is bitter. Love is. You know, well, you know.
And it works.
Plus ça change.
Maybe you should tell us the Satisfaction story.
I don't know. I woke up in the middle of the night and with it going on in my head, and I had a little tape recorder, one of the first cassette players, and I slept with the guitar in those days. Laid down this riff and went back to sleep. And when I woke up the next morning, I'd totally forgotten about this, except I noticed that my tape had gone from the beginning and that it was finished. Hello, you know, somebody been in the room while I was asleep. So I rushed and put it back to the beginning, and there was Satisfaction, like 30 seconds of it, and then 45 minutes of me snoring.
I mean, when I joined the Rolling Stones, whenever Bill Wyman say it was, I can't remember, but when I did, you know, I was in like 4 bands at the same time, and they all lasted 3 months. And I thought the Rolling Stones would last a year at the most. You know, that's what he did.
No, I don't think I had this in mind when I was a kid. But I don't, you know, I'm very happy to have been proved wrong, you know. No, I had no idea, man, you know. You know, nobody thinks that, you know, this, you kind of grow into it. I mean, I still don't know how it happened, you know. None of us do, really. We just picked up and wanted to make a blues band, you know, and we didn't want, you know, none of that pop stuff for us. And then suddenly, and then it's there, and then you realize that, hey, maybe that's what you are good at.
We're ready and ready to go, are we? Yeah. How's it? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
I've got a brand new car. I like to drive real hard, and I got a brand new car, and I'm feeling good so far.
It must be kind of a jolt to have the bass player kind of disappear after all that time.
Not really. No? That didn't worry me at all. It really doesn't worry me. People like, it never worried me at all. I just saw it as an opportunity to get a good new bass player. True. I mean, it's not the most difficult job in the world playing bass with the Rolling Stones.
The songs were coming, playing well, and getting you know, really getting onto the case. But the one point of saying, well, you know, one of the engines has fallen off. You know, like, we'll ignore it, it'll go away. You know, maybe we can get home on one. And
Bill was always a very under type of bass player, you know. He's the sort of guy that you'd never really knew he was playing until he stopped and the whole bottom would fall out, you know. In jazz terms, he was a bit like Walter Page used to be with Count Basie, you know. It was just, he was a rhythm section, you know. But that aside, you know, I miss him because of his humour, really, and moaning.
And trying to make up your mind on working with a guy for an hour. It's very difficult. And Mick and I were scratching our heads about it, sort of, is this going to, you know, who do you like, when it come down to that, or... And then we sort of looked at each other and said, no, Charlie should choose, you know, because it's the engine room, it's his department, you know. And so we put it onto him, and she said, thanks a lot for putting me in the hot seat, sort of thing. And so I said, well, once in 30 years, Charlie, you know, I mean, you can't complain.
Daryl, it's rocking. He's rocking. Well, kind of knows everything he's doing. But he's not obtrusive, he's not forceful and pushy. He's, he just settles in and he makes you feel like Bill was there and a little more.
I saw him at Ronnie Wood's birthday party, which was, I don't know, a month ago.
Oh. How's he doing?
He seems fine. Seems very happy. He's going to have a new baby.
Wow.
He's got a new wife and a new baby. And, you know, he seems quite content.
So there are no bitter feelings or anything like that?
Not for me. He said pointedly.
Take her on the highway for a little spin. I want to check the kind of shape she's in. I got a brand new star. Check her up, baby, open the hood. I want to see if the oil smells good. Smells like caviar. All right.
Really, I mean, I always enjoyed singing. I was a singer before I was a guitar player in the choir, you know, I was a soprano. And I learnt a lot, actually, there, you know. But it's taken me nearly 40 years to figure out what I learnt there and how to do it with this voice now, you know. It took a long while to break, you know.
Well, yeah, in the early days, we used to do harmonies and things a lot together. I think he's a bit more confident. He hits the notes a bit more sure sometimes now. Not always, though. You know,
style.
it's just sort of, yeah. Luckily, I don't do albums full of guitar solos, really.
With us, he could always, I'm not saying he did, but he could always hide behind Mick singing, you know? I'm talking about singing and leading.
Does Keith ever chime in with a lyric occasionally?
Oh, yeah, he's a lot of lyric ideas. I mean, he always had lyric ideas, and they tend to be like one line, and I run with the ball after that, which is it's quite good. I mean, I think that some of it's on this record is.
Sparks Will Fly, for instance, it was the middle of the night at Ronnie's place, and there was a big bonfire. He only lives on a farm, you know. Yeah. So and we were just tossing on some more wood, and I was looking at it, and then I threw on another piece of wood, and these sparks flew. And I just turned around and ran straight back to the studio and said, Charlie, follow me. And we wouldn't let anybody touch that track until we'd honed it down to like scientific precision. But they come like that, sparks will fly, you know, and it's, and suddenly you know, and as long as you've got everybody around, you know, incoming.
The last time I remember that kind of scenario was when I got married to Joe. Keith and Bert, his dad, were staying with me in this place that we rented in Chiswick. And the day after the wedding, because he came on our honeymoon with us, of course.
How did that work out?
Fine, they tell me. No, but Keith was sitting around the fire, and so was I, the day after my wedding, and we were just playing. and we got a lot of the Dirty Work album together from that kind of scenario. Just the missing link was he was working a lot with me and not with his strong songwriting buddy.
I see.
We write great ones, but no, when they start creating, there's nothing like it. I like to say leave it to them, you know, because they can come out with some blinding songs, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been here before, because every time I say these things, I read in an article where Keith says, "It all just happened, man." and I look like a complete twit.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Stole many a man's soul and faith.